Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Sargent number 11-X6275 RA. This is an Xc series keyblank in an RA keyway. The Xc series is a protected, patented cylinder platform that is compatible with non-Xc series cylinders, although non-Xc keyblanks will not work the Xc series platform. The difference really is this milling that's been done in the side of the keyblank, and that is what will, to paint with one single wide brush, that's what separates this from other platforms. It's those modifications to the milling that's been done in the edge of the keyblank. This is an otherwise standard RA keyway. This keyblank will go into a regular, conventional, a standard RA classic Sargent keyway. This will also work in their Xc series as well. This is a 6-pin blank. This has, of course, the Sargent standard bow embossed on one side, blank on the other. It has the RA. It has the Xc in the upper right-hand corner, as you can see. Okay. Now, there is a link below this video to a document called Product Catalog. Let's switch to the screen view and just do a quick overview of the important points of the Xc series. Okay, so the catalog is here, the Xc series. It's not a huge document, even though there's 14 pages. A lot of it doesn't directly apply. The first 3 pages really talk about the intro and then the KeyWizard software that they have. I don't have any actual experience with it because I don't have a need to manage large deployments of Sargent installed, key systems. This would be, probably, imagine a Big Ten university who has a deployment of Sargent. They would certainly probably be operating that on site. So the Xc series adds a new dimension in high security cylinders and key control, patented protected keys which operate Xc and conventional cylinders in a single system. You can integrate Xc cylinders into most Sargent key systems or as a new system. You can integrate, meaning you can phase in the Xc work as time allows, converting to the Xc platform keyblanks, knowing that they will work in your, very likely in your standard non-security. And when we say conventional cylinders, we don't mean non-removable or non-interchangeable core. We just mean the typical non-patented, protected, non-registered, non-restricted platforms of technology of a keying system. A conventional cylinder would certainly be a single shear line cylinder that would behave and operate under standard Sargent rules. Multiple security levels are available for key control, convenience, and service that meets the demands of each installation. They can also be done as bump resistant. I can't fathom how you might bump this cylinder with the milling on the side. Your features are here. Okay. You can also do large format naturally. You can also do small format, and that is a fact that eloquently describes the world we now live in, where there is this ability to cross-pollinate using one system with a different manufacturer's keying system. For instance, you might have an installed base of Sargent locks, but you want Medico cylinders. You can do that. You might have an installed base of Corbin Russwin, but want Xc cylinders. You can do that. You can do it in large format, removable, interchangeable core, forgive me. You can do it in small format. You can do it in conventional as well. Okay. Captive independent locking mechanisms are controlled by the Xc key, and that's the heart of the matter. This locking slide pin only activated by the Xc key, which are those those additional millings that I showed earlier. Okay, you can buy all the parts you need. You can buy complete cylinders. You can buy components. You can buy key blanks. All of the pieces that you need to combine or to maintain your installation. You can do this in the Sargent L and R family of multiplex key structure, which we'll touch on in a moment. XC keys can be cut to operate non-XC cylinders, and that's because the milling that's done on the XC is material removed from the key blank. That would not cause a problem for a conventional cylinder because it's not looking for that milling. It doesn't have the check pin, or I already forgot, the locking slide pin. It's not looking for the presence of the locking slide pin in a conventional cylinder. So the fact that your XC key is milled for that locking slide pin is irrelevant in that instance. You can use standard tooling, key machines to cut your blanks. Okay. And will work for most Sargent products in conventional SFIC and LFIC deployments. I'm not sure what wouldn't work with this. Nothing comes to mind. Benefits you can read. Okay. Here is what the system looks like, and this is the heart of the matter. The locking slide pin that's here. Okay. So an XC key with this milled out area permits that locking slide pin to fit neatly inside of the milled area so that the locking slide pin, the blockage is removed from the cylinder housing. Okay, so basically what is a key? A key is something that removes a blockage. The milling that's here removes that blockage out of our area here. Okay, that is the heart of the matter. It's not a problem to pin this material. The pinning of this material, I am sure that it would be the consensus of all people who make a living as a locksmith would be top loading this. I can certainly fathom how you would not need to top load this. But top loading it, because you've got these locking side pins to deal with. If you don't ever want to run the risk of losing these, causing problems with these, then don't remove the plug from the shell. Simply top load your pins. I prefer to load at the shear line, but my problem with that is then I need to contend with the locking side pin that's there. Okay. So that's the heart of the matter. The XC plug is factory loaded with captive locking side pin mechanism, which extends into the XC shell, preventing rotation until a properly milled key is inserted, and that's the milling that's there that you see. Okay, you can read more about this if you like. Okay, another line drawing showing what it looks like. Part numbers for different locks that are here. I want to get to more part numbers. Mortise cylinders, rim cylinders, different cams that you can do on these units. The large format and small format cylinder installation tool is here. We sell those fairly frequently. People like to have a better handle when they're installing a mortise cylinder into a lock that will fit into your small or large format housing. In typical Sargent format, they're going to give you, your prefixes to define what you're doing. I won't touch on that stuff. It's not necessary at this point. Having a slide block for capping is it's hard to do it without, is the bottom line. Hard to do it without. Construction keying, should you be interested to know how that works, it's a lost ball method, as you can see. Very simple to construction key this material in-house, really easy. But basically what happens is you'll have a key that will depend on the lost balls or the balls being present, and then you'll have your permanent key that will force the ball bearings to be placed out of the pin stack and away from out of the pin stack and into one of the groove or the areas set to receive those. So when your balls are up in the pin stack here and you rotate that key, the spring is going to push the lost balls down into either of these prepped areas, and they will fall into one of the two areas. Then it's permanently captured there, rendering the original construction key no longer operable. And you can reset that by simply recombinating it, pulling your balls out, and placing them back in the pin stack, the tiny little ball bearings. Cylinder rosettes are there. That's common. This is what I wanted to show you. So first of all, the LA family is shown. You can do it in the R family as well. So we're doing an RA. That's going to fall down here. Okay. I don't know if the R is the obverse of the L. I just don't know. If I did know, I've forgotten. Or if it's a separate system altogether. Looking at the RA keyway that I have, it does not appear to be a reverse or an obverse of this. It appears to be an independent keyway altogether. Okay. So this is the 6275. So we've got a day or change key. Sometimes, so change key is the term that most of us, I think, understand. It's also known as a day key, meaning it's the key that you use during normal daily operation. It's the key that you'll use to go into your hotel room, and it has no special rights or privileges, isn't a master section that you're going to find up here. Okay, so your day key, more commonly today known as a change key, all of this area is going to come right in here. Okay, your multi-section blanks are going to be over here and occur up in this part of the structure. So what they're showing with all these arrows, and I'm not going to get too far into what a multiplex structure is, would be the following. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We've got 9 keyways. RA through RL, or in this case, LA through LL. Let's say for just convenience sake, you've got a 9-story building. You could put one of these, each of one of these key sections onto each floor. You could then walk around with the all section blank. Not that that would be recommended, but the engineer could walk around with the all section blank because it will pass all of these key blanks. Let's make it easier. If you had a 3-story building, architectural firm, consulting firm, a law firm, 3-story building, each of those floors gets their own blank. The owner walks around with the LD. The owner or the engineer walks around with the LD blank because it will pass all of these sections. So you can see how you can divide up with this group of 3, this group of 3, then this group of 3. So the RA belongs right over here, and I'm sure that that is the standard where the systems will begin. If you don't specify, they're probably going to assume you want the LA, and then I think you'd have to specify if you wanted RA, but you should always specify what key blank or keyway you want. Okay. The 9 down here are available as key blanks and cylinders. Everything above here is key blanks only. Okay. Moving through, nothing to really touch on. It's more encyclopedic information. Let's finish up this video on camera. So I enjoy the world of conventional cylinders, interchangeable core cylinders, small, large format, full size of your Schlage, how the technology works. Generally what you have, why does an XC key exist? Well, they're able to take the standard material, make a change to it so that they can then patent that change. They can do so in a way that you can migrate from the old to the new. And Sargent and everyone else works to protect their installed base by evolving their cylinder and their key technology. And the XC is a perfect example of that. The bottom line is you can go anywhere and get an LA key blank. You're not going to go anywhere and get an XC version of an LA key blank. So to prevent people from just having copies made. While it's not impossible to get an XCLA or an RA Keyblank, it is substantially less convenient. Okay, if you walk into a lock shop and say, I need, cut me about 5 of these, that probably won't be such an easy task. You walk in with a non-protected RA Keyblank, if they've got the blank, I don't see why they wouldn't cut it, because that RA is not patented, it's not protected, it's not under current patent protection. So you can have in an LA Keyblank, LA Keyway, your secondary manufacturers, your Kaba Ilkos, your Jets, your Taylor, your other manufacturers of keyblanks, making these LA Keyblanks, and they might make RA as well, but not something that's patent protected. Okay, they won't be able to do that. You want to be able to work with a keying manufacturer, a lock manufacturer that will protect your long-term interests, and someone like Sargent, and everyone else does as well, but someone like Sargent, who's always evolving their product line, protects your long-term interests by allowing you to evolve along with it. You'll have a problem, and I don't remember the statistics. I think the average life expectancy of an installed master key base is 5 years. And after 2 years, it's pretty messy. At some point, it's a disaster. Everyone's got master keys, things of that nature. But as you evolve to new material, you can reset the clock, so to speak, and migrate to something like an XC. Finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page, where you can pull up not only all of the Sargent products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. This client happened to buy 10 of the blanks. They're just in this bag. Any questions on the Sargent? This is their part number 11-X6275 RA and an XC series keyblank or any other Sargent product. Please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.